Good afternoon, everyone. This is Amy of AJC Magic TV. I was tagged by Rachel, who is Myers and the Mouse biggest fan, Rob Fuzz biggest fan, Rachel. She had asked four things I can't wait to do once everything is pretty much settled and over with. I'll wait until some people come into the chat. I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe. Hello, Kate Schuster. Nice, thank you for joining. Um, so just quick afternoon chat. I do see Mama Mouse will be going on at 3 p.m. So I'm just jumping on for a regular chat about some various topics. And I'll do the tag that Rachel um, had done on Twitter. I wrote some of my answers, but oh, you're welcome, Kate Schuster. How are you been? Hopefully, you've been doing well. See if anybody else jumps on. I know this was just kind of a surprise, last minute type of stream. So, not many people probably will get the notification. So, wait and see. Um, Tonight, I do like to thank Dean of the Live Place. Hello, Once Upon an Adventure. Dean from the Live Place. He is Dreamer's Empire, but he also runs the liveplace.com site where you can find all kinds of family friendly type streams, whether they are Disney streams or music streams or other topics, trivia, and all of that. Great place to go check out. Tonight's lineup is starts with Josh from Practically Perfect Park Hopping with his Monday Mayhem or Mayhem Mondays. Then you have Steve's World with his Just Another Monday, Meg from Mickey's Magic, and then 10 p.m. Pepper Tree Villa, and then various other people go on even before that. But I do know Myers and the Mouse will be going on at 3 p.m. Things are going pretty good so far. Just hanging out, relaxing, watching TV, movies mainly, playing games. But but I was tagged for a four things I can't wait to do once things sort of go back to normal. Not sure how normal things will end up being. I'm sure there'll be things that we'll probably be more conscious about, and so I'll wait and see if anybody else jumps in, and then I'll go on to do the list. I can always do some trivia or some other things too for a little bit before I end the stream. But I will say the number one, actually, it's five things I can't wait to do. Um, Probably the lowest one would be just getting out and I would say go to the. Can't wait to go back to Disney. I mean, I know that's kind of low on my list of number four, but for me, there's probably a little bit more higher that I can't wait to do, just because I can't readily get to the Disney parks right away, and it's so those have to actually be planned and decided upon. So I'll have to use number four as go back to Disney. Hello, Joyce Bernstein. Thank you for joining. I've been doing well. And yourself, Joyce? Probably my number three would be to actually get out in my hometown area, to be able to go to the various attractions, local attractions here, help them kind of get back and support the local attractions and kind of enjoy just various places of getting out, whether it's the museums or the ballpark for baseball. So, and just some other activities that they have in and around my hometown, or even driving to some other towns to go see friends and stuff. Number two would be to go out and eat. Actually sit in the restaurants. Hopefully, the ones that I enjoy will survive, which I believe they will. Um, so that is, and of course, my number one is I've been off since the end of March, so can't wait to actually get back to work. So hopefully, um, once I get back to work, that'll be more of a stable lifestyle, and so that's probably my number one. Is once this is all said and done, get out of the house, get back to work, and that's probably the first step of once you'll be able to go back out. I currently do kind of go out, but I limit that to one big trip. Okay, Fulton, please don't spam my chat like that with a lot of the stuff like that. If you're not feeling well, hopefully you will get medical attention, and hopefully, I know you're on the special needs type of person, and you do have a lot of different issues going on. But I do thank you for joining. I will keep you in mind. I know this time period is not very good for a lot of people that are susceptible to because of their immune systems, or just various different items, especially if you are special needs. Sometimes you are vulnerable just as much as someone else who may have asthma and just various other issues. So I'll keep you in my prayers, and anybody else that has different issues of compromised immune systems. So I'm not sure what any of you can't wait to do. I know, it's kind of being in a selfish type of way. I don't have a way of working from home, unfortunately, just because I worked with sensitive documents. Hopefully, when I do get back to work, it's going to be a position that I'll be able to keep for a while. But who knows? They could end up deciding to change around things. So, so that's the game plan. Hopefully, I get back to work and get back into that normal routine, because I am quickly getting out of that routine, staying up late, sleeping in late, and everything. So I know some of the questions out there that people. Hello, Timothy Rainwaters. How are you today? Tracy Glenn won the 90s trivia. Hope you and your family are well, Timothy Rainwaters. But yes, Tracy Glenn won the 90s trivia. I know various people I have seen talk about what some of their things that they're going to do when they do get back to Disney World. Unfortunately for me, I don't live in Florida that I'd be able to even get anywhere near close to when Disney reopens. I'm sure they're going to have some type of game plan whenever they do reopen. Okay. You're at work right now. That's whether you're working at home or outside, be safe. Just ate a peanut butter cup, so now it's like sitting there in the back of my throat, the peanut butter part. But I guess I'll be watching all the YouTubers that'll be rushing to the parks whenever they do open them, depending on how they're going to open them. I know you could still make reservations for hotel rooms June 1st on. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a game plan or if they're just going to let people make reservations and then you have to switch them around if it continues to go more into the summer. Hopefully, it does not, because then it really just starts to push everybody more into the fall and winter type of months. And it might be something where I'm probably better off just waiting for the 50th anniversary celebration in 2021 and just do a couple trips throughout there. It's just a matter of me deciding. Um, I know my annual pass has is paid in full because you have to buy it in full as a non-Florida resident. So I could call and see about how much of a refund, but I don't think it'll be that much because mine is supposed to expire June 24th, but now that the extra days would come on, I'd have to see when that expires. And but the only thing, if I canceled it now, if I want to do the annual pass again. Oh, okay. So you work for the state, so our office is still going. Yeah, I'm not sure in the state of Pennsylvania what's up and running because I know now they might have some people in their Department of Motor Vehicles kind of maybe working slim pickings, but my job depends on the state of Pennsylvania and their Department of Transportation. So, and we're deemed non-essential. So, I'm guessing if they do have people when they're doing something, it's very sparse, and they're not letting the other businesses that have something to do with that department. So that kind of affects, and I'm sure the health department, of course, is going wild because I know they announced here in Pennsylvania that the next 2 weeks are going to be one of the spikiest times to be very careful being out if you are out. And so they're saying that the next 2 weeks is going to get hit hard. I'm not sure how they can predict something like that, but it's just crazy. So I pretty much try to stay in as much as I can. I'll go out into my yard, walk my dog. Usually nobody's around. I don't touch anything else. Um, I have gone to the store for prescriptions and I had to go out for blood work, but other than that, that's all I really do. But getting back to like what are some of the favorite things that you might do when you get back to Disney? Well, when the Disney parks first open, like I said, I'll be watching all the different streamers and stuff to see what Disney's doing as far as crowd control and maybe how they set up the queues. They could be reworking the queues to where they have you in queues every other queue because you know how you're real tight. So maybe they're just gonna have you snake around every other queue or something like that. That's all predictions. We don't know what they're gonna actually do. Whether they'll have a soft opening and allow either people who have hotel reservations for that time period, they're the only ones that can go into the parks, or if they do a hello Sawyer in the middle, or if they'll do a soft opening of, say, Florida residents only, and you have to have an annual pass to come back into the park because they're not going to sell tickets like day tickets or something. But they wouldn't make any money if they're not going to sell tickets. But I don't think every Floridian's going to run to Disney either. It'll be more the pass holders anyway, most likely. But so that'll be like probably the first thing I'll be doing is watching everybody else. Hello, Mike Wheeler. Oh yes, I know I know Mama Mouse is going on at 3. I'm not really staying on that long. I just jumped on to say hello, talk about a tag that I was um, part of it and everything. What am I going to do when I get back to Disney World? All I can. Yes, that's myself too, Timothy. Hello, Team Bork. How are you? You're with your friend. What friend is that? What friend are you with there, Team Bork? Ah, Caden. Ah, okay. So hello, Caden and Aiden, unless it's Grayson. Oh, okay. Okay, Team Bork. But yeah, yeah, and I've heard different people. Well, which park would you go to first? I would probably think maybe for me, it probably depends on where I'm staying, but it would probably. Hello, Grayson. That's good. Cool. um, I would probably either Hollywood Studios or the Magic Kingdom would be probably the first two parks. One of the first two parks. Hollywood Studios. I mean, I really miss um, a lot of those attractions. I really like a lot of the stuff with Hollywood Studios. I mean, I can't wait to ride Mickey's Runaway Railway. Um, I'm guessing Hollywood Studios would probably be my first park at per se. Um, but that would probably be probably the second day's park because if you're still having to get boarding passes and stuff for the Rise of the Resistance ride, that would probably be my second day park because that way I would get up early enough to be there at opening whenever it start opening up the boarding passes because I'm sure that's still going to be happening with that. So that would be probably my second day parks. So probably the Magic Kingdom because then you can probably have fast passes considering what time of the day you arrive and everything like that. So yes, and try all these different restaurants that I hear everybody talking about because I've been to a few of them. I mean, I know I've been to Boma, I've been to Ohana's, 1900 Park Fair. I've never done the breakfast there, but I've done the 1900 Park Fair dinners. Um, I never got to go to the Wave. I like to get to Sanaa for the bread service. That's been the last couple trips I've tried to like go, but the time factor just wasn't there for me. Um, that's the big thing. For as much as I enjoyed being there for the 3 days that I got out of a trip and at the end of August because of the hurricane, didn't really get to accomplish much because of that and left early. Um, but who knew what was going to actually happen? Because if that actually would have hit and I would have stayed, who knows when I would have actually gotten out of there. So I had to make the decision to go back after seeing that it didn't really hit. But what else are you gonna do? Because you don't know. Um, I could have gone and had the play. The parks pretty much were empty at that point. But Rise of the Resistance wasn't there. But I was lucky enough to go down. Rise of the Resistance did open, and I got to ride that. I tried 5 times, got on it 3 times. So because 2 of the times it broke down and got the fast passes to come back. But I really want to try a lot of the restaurants and different lounges. I've heard like Dave from Brandy and Dave talking about the lounges, seen Corey Meets World, going to some of the lounges. Um, I want to try the Ale and Compass because I know on Corey Meets World stream the one time he met R. Jones and Donna and Nick there and they had some look like some tasty wings. I want to check out the restaurant at the Riviera, Topolino's, but the quick service there because it sounded like they had some really good food there at a very reasonable prices. Um, Try to hit up some more Disney Springs. That's the one place that I don't give myself that I don't give it enough justice to actually go there enough to take time out of my day to go and eat there or in the evenings or anything like that. Because most of my trips lately have been um, 4 or 5 days at the most, and the first day is a travel day. But I do go to a park then. I just don't feel like my first day not going to a park. I have an annual pass. I might as well go, whether it's 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever. Um, and sometimes on my last day, I'll go to the park, and then depending on what time my flight is, If I have time, I will head to Disney Springs, but it's usually not to do that. Okay, Mike, thank you for joining. So I will be jumping over to the Myers and the Mouse stream after this, after I'm done. I'll probably just stay on for the next 10 minutes on there also. But so so there's a lot I want to do. There, some various restaurants that had opened up at Disney Springs. Not recently, but over the time, they did have that new one that opened up right before a lot of this got shut down. That's in Disney Springs. I think it was the brew pub place. I can't remember what the name is, but I've seen a few people go there. I think it's down by the NBA experience. So it'll probably be eating around the world time there. The last trip I was on in December, I was on the meal plan, um, and I I am now not sure if that's something I want to do as much anymore. It's nice to have it if you want to do the sit down meals, but I found myself on this December trip that maybe it wasn't really worth me having it because I spent a lot of time at Hollywood Studios because of the Rise of the Resistance, getting the boarding passes, um, then doing some things there, and then I would hop over to Epcot to try to enjoy the holiday festival, and then I did like the Halloween party, or the Christmas party. I'm sorry, the Christmas party. Gone over to the Animal Kingdom for half a day, but most of my time was at Hollywood Studios and Epcot. I did find time to get at least one sit down meal in, but it got a little tough there at the end to try to fit it in. And I was just sitting there thinking, boy, it'd just be nice if I could use that dining credit at the lounge. And I probably could have if they let you take it off the regular menu, but I got to the point where I think just eating appetizers is something I don't want to do that all the time, but there was times that I just wanted to do that. So that's the kind of a thing that I'll try and do the next time around is maybe just go without the meal plan and or at least get the quick service plan and then at least then I have something where I could try the different quick services and then just pay out of pocket for a table service if I decide to do that. But that's pretty much all I had. There wasn't anything. It was just more rambling, saying hello to everyone, see how everyone's doing, um, and happy Monday to you. It is Monday. And it is April 6th. Monday, April 6th. So, and I know for some of us the time is moving slow and you're not sure what day of the week it is because you're at home and you're just kind of living day by day, trying to keep yourself busy, whether you have schoolwork or maybe you are working from home, or you're like me who really isn't working from home and you just need some different things to do. I'm not going to sit here and bombard the internet or YouTube or anything like that, but it's just just checking in. And if there's anybody out there, we could play a game of trivia. I'm not sure if there is anybody. I do see that there are 3 people watching, but I could do that, or um, I could set up the Connect 4 board, and you could do that. Try this. Or we could play Pictopia, Disney Pictopia. But hello, Dennis Algazi. Thank you for joining. I was just kind of rambling on about saying hello. I had a tag. Yes, I did hear that, Timothy. Um, unfortunately for me, I had not that I had canceled before, a little bit before my my final payment was due on my April trip. So I don't know if I would be included in that offer. It would be a nice offer to get, because I was thinking about if the parks do get back up and running, doing kind of like a quick mid August or after August. Hello, Griswold family vacay. How are you today? Um, yeah, whether I would do a quick August one where if they would still be, oh, okay, you've been doing schoolwork this morning. Yes, if they'll still have the evening parties, because I know the Halloween parties start April 13th, and I know a few people that have tickets for that and or hoping to be planning that they would be there for for that. And I thought about going down that weekend, kind of get there on the 13th, and then stay through the weekend, kind of do a trip like that. So if I do qualify for that particular offer, that might be something to look into for myself. If not, then I was thinking either waiting till October, because I love to try to hit the Food and Wine Festival again, because last year I only had that one shot and I didn't really, it was just like a 2 hour type of thing. Hello, Janice. Hello, Shannon or Jessica. How are you today? So I only got to hit the at Pecos Bill. Order just a side of taco meat for $5 and then ask. Yes, I've heard of people doing that, and I have seen a couple of the streamers that I watch that do that. They'll just get the side of taco meat, and then either that or they'll ask for the chips and the side of nachos and the taco meat, and then, like you said, go to the fixin' bar and do that. If they can eat the chips, if they can't eat the chips, then they just do the taco meat and do the fixin' bar. And I wonder though what's going to happen with places like Pecos Bill where they do have the fixing bars, because I bet you they're not going to have those types of items as much anymore, or the cast members are going to have to do that for you, put the fixings on your plates for you. Oh, okay. Yes, I will probably do that. I am gonna definitely look into that, Timothy. That's good. Then use that purchase when renewing. Yeah, because that's the thing I'm debating is if I would go ahead and tell them to cancel and refund me the rest of the money for the time period I've left on my annual pass, but then I don't want to have to go and pay the actual regular annual pass price. Plus, it may end up going up again, probably with all this shutdown, and I'd rather go ahead and renew at the renewal price. So I haven't did that. So I haven't decided what to do. Red Robin is doing takeout and they will deliver. So I guess you're getting Red Robin for dinner or lunch. That sounds good though, Red Robin. Now there's a few places around that will do the takeout and deliver. There's also a fixin' bar on the second level. Did not know that, Dennis. Up Pecos Bill. If they had another fixin' bar somewhere else. But that's going to be one of the things that they're going to be looking into. Are they going to be able to keep the fixin' bars, and how are the buffets going to be affected? Are they going to have cast members manning it to make sure, people aren't just touching it inadvertently, or kids kind of playing around and touching different things, or I'm not blaming kids, because some adults are just as um, touchy about things and stuff like that. So yeah, the Red Robin sounds pretty good. I already had my lunch. We had a frozen pizza in the freezer, so I threw that in the oven to eat. But yeah, in dinner we're making tacos, so that was the choice. But that's good to keep in mind because I actually have a gift card for Red Robin. I could probably use that and get myself Red Robin. Bring your own chips. Target's good and gather organic tortilla chips are very good for $2. Hey, that's a good idea, Dennis. Hello, Penguin Master. Thank you for joining. Um, I can go ahead. We can do Pictopia if any of you guys want to play a game. I know in about 30 minutes I'm gonna get off before Myra's and the Mouse, Mama Mouse, will be doing her stream at 3 p.m. And I will. We can do Pictopia if you like, where I'll show a picture and then I'll ask questions on it. Um, But yeah, there's gonna probably be some interesting changes, and it'll be interesting to see how everything's handled. And it's not just Disney; it's gonna have those issues. We have a local amusement park. Depending on what your expiration date is on your annual passes, you should check that also. Yes, because mine actually, I bought mine last year, but I used it first on January or June 24th. So June 24th, and then whatever the extension. So I know I at least have until July 24th because it's already been closed almost a, well, it hasn't really been closed a whole month, but by the time the end of April comes, it'll be a whole month. So I'm looking at probably July 24th would probably be when I expire, or maybe into the first week of August. But it all depends on when they decide to get back up and running. But we have some local attractions here, like an amusement park, that they weren't able to even get up their spring stuff that announced that they won't be opening. They usually open the end of April, early May, and actually they were planning on opening May 2nd, and they've already said that they'll have to delay their opening. So they probably won't open till maybe Memorial Day weekend, if that, because they have to get the park ready and inspected and everything like that. Plus, you know, make sure the crowd control and different things. They did like I have a season pass, and so does some of my relatives, and they did extend the season pass to June of 2021 to the end of June of 2021. They're not open all year round, but they do have activities in December where you can use your season pass and get discounts for their Halloween horror nights. So you'll be able to use that. But then whenever they open up again next year at their regular time, you'll have that month plus the whole month of June. Yeah, that's the only thing for me, Dennis, is I don't think the extension's gonna help me either, unless, depending on how many days it actually is. And like I said, it would probably be mid-August, if that. Because I know, say, the whole month of April, I forget when they actually close. Um, I'm guessing they closed before St. Patrick's Day in March. I can't really remember when they closed. I know they closed before I actually ended up off ARC, and they might have been 2 weeks into it already. So, and then you figure the whole month of April, that's 30 days added on. So yeah, I don't know if that's even gonna help me for even a trip mid-August, but I do plan on renewing. So that I'd rather do the renewal to get the better price. But I'll look into the to that other offer that they have that Timothy was talking about, because I did have a trip planned for April, which was for the Star Wars half marathon, or the Star Wars rival run. Whether I was signed up for the 5K, um, with, and so were a bunch of other people, and I did get the refund for that, for the 5K. I signed up for the virtual marathon, half marathon. Okay, Joyce, thank you. Um, the virtual half marathon, I did get my medal for that, because that was already, and that was like the only one that they were gonna do. So I was hoping I would have gotten signed up for the Food and Wine Festival 5K, but that went too quick, and I kind of forgot about what day it was going to be signed up for, and I had looked for maybe other organizations to sign up through, and all they had left was the half marathon. Now you could actually do whatever you could do, and then you still get the medal, but it's kind of pricey if you're not going to actually do the full race and everything for a half marathon. So I didn't want to just run um, on that. Let me grab the Pictopia cards and we'll play a little couple rounds on that, and then we'll end the stream. I was looking for a tablet to write on the papers. Let me grab a piece of paper. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, I got in um, a full week um, when I got my annual pass and activated it on June 24th. I was actually on a trip that we did. I stayed on property with my sister and her family. They have a condo that they use. Um, so it was worth doing that. We had chose that we would do some of the other Orlando parks and then do a couple days at Disney. And so I actually had tickets for Universal. Um, so, and then we got my niece who lives in Orlando. She got us SeaWorld tickets through her annual pass with SeaWorld, that you could get half price tickets for anyone. Of course, the time period we were at, she's usually allowed two guests like once or twice a year, and of course at the summertime they're blocked out to use that offer, but they could use the half price. So we decided we would go to we did SeaWorld one day. Yeah, it's very nice. The property that they have is right outside of Disney Springs area, and you could also take it the back way in to buy Port Orleans resorts and Fort Wilderness, or if you really keep driving, you would end up in the cast member parking lot by for the Magic Kingdom. So yes, yeah, I've gone to the Orlando SeaWorld a couple of times. There been a couple trips that we had gone to SeaWorld in Orlando, and we really. Oh wow, that's a good time period too, Timothy. So you could actually do your October trip plus then sneak in a December trip. So we did SeaWorld our first full day, in Orlando, and then we did Universal 2 days. And the one night we came back early from Islands of Adventure because it was pretty hot, and we were just getting tired and everything like that. Yeah, we hit the supermarket to have breakfast items, snack items. Sometimes we'll get like pasta and sauce. Yeah, I've never been to any other SeaWorld except many years ago in Ohio, right around the Cleveland areas, like right before Cleveland, probably about an hour and a half from my house. There was an area called Geauga Lake, and SeaWorld was across the lake from Geauga Lake. Geauga Lake was an amusement park, and SeaWorld was, of course, the animal wild park, and SeaWorld actually owned that. And Geauga Lake was a family owned park. It was there for many years. And unfortunately, it succumbed to being bought out too many times. SeaWorld sold out the Six Flags because Six Flags bought the Geauga Lake, and then Six Flags kind of connected the two to try to run the animal park plus the amusement park, and kind of ran it into the ground. And then they um, I think the family or somebody, another amusement company, kind of came in and started to run the Geauga Lake, but of course then the SeaWorld part got shut down and pretty much tore out, or whatever. And then Cedar Fair, which owns Cedar Point, bought the area and basically demolished the whole area. I don't know if they still run a water park there because Geauga Lake actually set up a water park many years when I was a teenager and kid, and so they um, I think they left the water park there, but I'm not sure if that's even still up and running. And I'm sure it hit that area hard because it was um, because people would go there for the SeaWorld and Geauga Lake, and then when it was Six Flags and stuff. I did go to it when it was Six Flags once or twice because I had worked at the local amusement park by my house, and we actually had free admissions and stuff like that. I had no idea. I have heard of Cedar Point. Yeah. Cedar Fair is the company that owns Cedar Point, and I believe they own several different amusement parks. I'm not sure if they own the Kings Island family in Ohio, um, which is outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. I think they're the owners of that, but I'm not quite sure because there was a couple different companies that um, own various parks, but Kings Island, they were owned by Paramount for a while, but I think Cedar Fair might own them now, but I'm not quite sure. The closest Six Flags to me is going out to New Jersey. The closest amusement parks to us are Six Flags Texas and Silver Dollar City. Okay. Oh, no problem, Timothy. That's fine. That's no problem. The closest amusement park to me is Kennywood Amusement Park, and then we have um, we have various um, other places. There's some smaller places up in Erie, Pennsylvania. There's a park called Waldameer Park, and right before Erie and outside of Meadville, Pennsylvania, called yes, there is a fascinating history, Dennis, about Geauga Lake. Yes. Um, there's a place called Conneaut Lake Park. It's outside of Meadville, Pennsylvania. And then the next closest big amusement park is Hershey Park, which is about 4 hour drive for me across the across Pennsylvania because I live in the western side of Pennsylvania. But Hershey Park, I've been going there since I was a kid. It's a great family friend. It's a great family park. They mix the rides in and around in and around the parks. They don't just have a set area for kids to go to. So, like, dad could take whoever's tall enough for the coasters, and there's still some rides for the somebody who doesn't ride could take the other little kids on the other rides, or if they're not ready for the giant coasters that they have, they intersperse various rides. Um, it is built kind of like some of the areas are flat, but it's built kind of like on a hillside. I guess not a hillside, but like in a gull. Some of it's like there's like a little valley to it, but then it's, yeah, I would say it's kind of built like on a hillside, but some of the area is flat where the water park area is. Um, they have the pretend chocolate factory at Chocolate World. I know they're doing major construction for their entrance area, and they're supposed to have a new coaster there. So I can't wait to go back out to Hershey. It's been a year or two. I spent 2 days out in Hershey for my birthday a couple years ago, and it's a fun park. And if you love chocolates, it's a great place to go. And they have outlets there. There's a Disney store outlet that's right near the Hershey Park area. Um, the only drawback to me with the Hershey, and sometimes it gets kind of unjustifiable, but and even going to Cedar Point, I mean, those hotel rooms are just as much as going to Disney, except Disney prices are a lot more than what a Cedar Point ticket and stuff is. But I know Cedar Point's getting up there in prices, but there's times there's specials or different places that you can get the items and everything. So yes, yeah, Hershey Park is good. That's about 4 hours away from me. There's a couple of amusement parks in the middle of the state of Pennsylvania that are smaller, called Del Grosso's Amusement Park, and then there's Knoebels Park. I know Paging Mr. Morrow showed that on one of his vlogs when he came back to Pennsylvania for a little bit, but it's called Knoebels Park, and that's a nice family park, kind of set in and amongst the woods, countryside type of thing. Conneaut was kind of like a built in the town type of thing. Unfortunately for them, they've had money problems over the years with different owners and stuff like that. And I know they've been trying to keep it. The group had kind of got it and tried to keep it going, but I think they still struggle, and I think a lot of different places still struggle with the smaller places. So, but there's a lot of, like you said, a lot of history, especially Geauga Lake had a lot of good history and stuff like that. And of course Cedar Point's the next biggest one, and that's 4 hours the other way from where I am. 3.5, 4 hours. It depends on the traffic, construction on the turnpikes and stuff like that. So, and if I wanted to go to Kings Island, it's about 5 to 6 hours depending on the traffic and everything. So, and Busch Gardens is a little bit further down in Virginia, Williamsburg, Virginia. That's kind of a nice trip if you like to do historical things. Plus, if you want to go to the beach, Virginia beaches, they're all kind of they're in the close proximity. I don't know, probably a half hour from each other in a sense, or maybe 45 minutes depending on the traffic and everything like that. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end because I know Mama Mouse is getting ready for her stream. I know I just rambled on and we were gonna go ahead and play a game, but I decided, well, I'll just go ahead and end. That way, you guys can head on to Mama Mouse or get on with other things during your day. I do thank anyone who has been listening or watching while they're working or doing something else. And I do thank anybody who was participating in the chat. So um, I appreciate anybody that actually comes in and watches. Just make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Um, it's always fun if you leave a comment. Maybe you could talk about, your top 4 things you can't wait to do when things sort of go back to a normal way of life of being able to come and go and do stuff. And I'm sure you're also going to be more self-conscious about um, keeping the hygiene and touching different things and stuff like that. So yes. Oh, you're welcome, Dennis. You're welcome, Timothy. Rainwaters. Yes, be safe, everyone. Um, there's going to be lots of programming this evening. And I know Mama Mouse is on now at 3 p.m. And then I know from 6 o'clock on, or well, 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock is practically perfect power copying. Then at 8 o'clock is Steve's World, 9 o'clock Mickey's Magic, and Pepper Tree Villa at 10 p.m. And if you haven't already done so, I know they're doing their Disney Plus movie club, and they're going to be talking about That Darn Cat, which is the 1965 version with Haley Mills and Dean Jones. So, plenty to do, and or plenty of chats if you're into different things like that. Otherwise, I will see you around, and just look for maybe another surprise chat or another surprise stream at another time, possibly tomorrow. I just need to make sure the schedule is free. If not, then well, if I do another one, it might be late night after the Via Pre project tomorrow at 10 p.m. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Be safe, and head over to Myers and the Mouse if you enjoy different chatting with them. Have a great day, everyone, and be safe, and let the adventures begin. Pepper Tree Villa is doing That Darn Cat movie review, plus I think they're going to have trivia questions. So, Pepper Tree Villa. Yeah, I should have set up myself to drop some links for you. I'll see if I can find their link real quick on that for the That Darn Cat. I know they had a really good pre thing for it. I don't see it real quick. If I find it, I will try and drop it into my comments later. But yes, it is PTV, That Darn Cat 1965 version with Dean Jones and Haley Mills. Okay, everyone, have a great day, and I will see you in the chats. And let the adventures begin. Bye, everyone, and thank you for joining. Bye.